But anyway, the least value is what they're looking for. So the question is, what are they looking for? So when they say which term in the sequence has the least value, it means find the smallest number in the sequence. Okay, I'm tired of pink. Let me change to blue. Find the smallest number in the sequence. So find the smallest number in the sequence. Okay, that's what they're asking from you. So now this means this is the term where the sequence reaches its minimum point. So minimum point in the sequence. Okay, what do we mean by this? Remember, we have a quadratic sequence, right? So because we have a quadratic sequence, our graph is either concave up or concave down. So meaning smiley face or sad face. So we either have this or we have that, essentially. That's what a quadratic sequence is, right? That's what the graph looks like. So now, another thing to remember is that for the graph, so you see on the side, it's going down and then it reaches this point over here and then it turns, it goes up. Even this side, it goes up, it reaches this turning point, yes, that's the word I was looking for, and then it turns. So basically, when we talk about the least value, we are basically talking about the turning point of the graph. So this is where calculus now comes in as well, right? So the turning point of the graph, the minimum point in the sequence, the smallest point in the sequence. So we're talking about this part of the graph. So this is the minimum. So if the graph is concave up, we only have a minimum, but if it's concave down, we only have a maximum because it's the highest point, right? So now, how do you know if a graph has a minimum point or a maximum point? Like I'm saying, if it's concave up, it has a minimum. If it's concave down, it has a maximum. Okay, but also if there's something I need to point out with a different color because it's very important. Let's see. Okay, I'll write it here. Okay, if your second difference, okay, I'm not going to write the word in full. If your second difference is positive, if your second difference is positive, that means your graph is concave up, right? So that means, therefore, you have a minimum value or the least value. But if your second difference, if your second difference is negative, okay, look at me writing shorthand format, sorry, negative, your graph is sad face, concave down. So therefore you have a maximum value. You have a maximum Okay, I'm really hoping this is making sense to you. So this is where they say find the greatest. So this is where they will say least value. This is where they will say greatest value. Okay, so I'm hoping this makes sense, and I'm so sorry if it doesn't make sense. You could just send me a message if it doesn't make sense. So let me just leave my number here, 068-123-9084. Okay, if it doesn't make sense, just pop me a message. I'll be happy to explain. Okay, so now to answer the question that we are given, now we have to answer the question of what is the least, which term in the sequence has the least value, which is the smallest value in the sequence, right? So now, a couple of ways to solve this, but I'll leave you with the way that is, how do I put it? The easiest of them all, the easiest way to solve this of them all. So I'll just show you two methods. So the first one is where you have a formula that says, okay, I think let's go back to blue, that says n is equal to negative b over 2a. So the b is from the formula, the a is from the formula. So remember, we have Tn is equal to, we have n squared minus 34n plus, it's 354. Okay, so that means your value of b, so n is equal to negative 34, and your a is 1 over 1, no, 2 times 1, sorry. So this becomes 34 over 2. What's the answer for that? That is 17. That is 17. So it means, therefore, term 17 will have the least, which means smallest value of all of them. Okay, and then option 2, second way of solving this, we can now use calculus. We will use the turning point, something about the turning point. I'm hoping it makes sense. So we have Tn is equal to n squared minus 34n plus 354. Okay, so because of this, we can find, if we take the first derivative being equal to 0, that helps us to find the turning point, which is the smallest term. So how do we do that? You're going to say Tn is equal to 0. What is the derivative? When you derive this formula, what do you end up with? You end up with Tn being equal to, sorry, 2n minus 34. That's all you end up with, being equal to 0. Okay, so therefore 2n minus 34 is equal to 0. 2n is equal to 34 divided by 2 divided by 2. N is equal to 17. Then you're right, you must answer the question. Therefore, T17, or term number 17, will have the smallest, what's happening with my voice? The smallest value. Then you've answered the question. Then you are done. Then smiley face. You got your full marks for question 1.1. How many marks is that? Let's see. 4, so 4, 8, 12. 12 marks. Then you get your 12 marks. Then you're a happy chap, right? Then you go get some more marks. Okay, so I'll leave it here for this part of the video. Then I'll continue with question 1.2 so that I don't make this video longer than it already is. But all the best, keep pushing, keep watching, then I'll catch you on the next video. Happy studying, all the best. Don't forget to pray, don't forget to eat, drink your water, and don't stress. You've got this.